will not. He is, he's on vacation, but he is painting at home. So I told vacation. You and I, no, it is not. I told him you and I could. We'll get him to sign it later. Okay, I'm going to call the meeting of the Board of Adjustments for August 5th, 2020 to order. And just a little bit of background information. The meeting today is being live streamed. The mayor could not be with us, so the city solicitor and I will drive forward with the meeting. Because the meeting is live streamed, please, before you speak, please announce your name so the public can know who is speaking. And we only have one item on the agenda today. I'm sorry, we have two. The first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of the Board of Adjustment meeting held on July 8th, 2020. I will entertain a motion for that.
This is Dan Griffith. I reviewed the minutes from the last meeting, and I will make a motion to approve them.
And I, Charles Anderson, will second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion so passes. All right. The next new business item is case number V06-20, Pritchett Properties, LLC. And I will turn it over to our building official, Mike Bailey, for the presentation.
Thank you. So this is a request from Pritchett Properties, LLC, the owner of vacant lands on Hurley Park Drive. That's tax map and parcel number 531-10.18-129.00 and 132.00 are seeking a variance from section 15-15A 1 and 2 of the City of Seaford zoning ordinance to reduce the minimum lot size to be less than 7,500 square feet and the minimum lot width to be below the 75-foot minimum required for proposed property subdivision. This zone is R1, low-density residential. So there's that. And here's just an overview of the property. It's all the green space there on both sides of Hurley Park Drive there on the south end, just at the base of the bridge. And we do have the survey. It's froze up. But you have the survey in front of you as well. And they're proposing 11 lots to be subdivided off these properties. And they said they're all around 5,000 square feet and around 50 foot wide. So that's why they're asking for the variance here, because those are under the minimum for R1.
Okay. Are there any questions on the presentation from the Board of Adjustment?
Not yet. How many lots would you be able to get in compliance with the 7,500 square foot minimum and the 75-foot minimum as well? I would imagine it'd be a lot less.
Should I go to Mike?
Yes,
Sure.
sir. Please do.
Good afternoon, Ken Christenberry with Axiom Engineering. We didn't run a calculation, but I could kind of do it in my head looking at this. You'll notice that lot 11 is actually an existing lot. That's sort of the basis of our variance. We want to essentially duplicate the existing recorded lot. We just called it lot 11 for clarity that we're sort of, you know, if you wanted to, not even the subdivision, I don't think it's a necessity because, well, I mean, I don't know if it has water and sewer. I guess that would be something we would have to figure out. Anyway, so where you see lots 8, 9, and 10, instead of 3 lots, you would have 2. So you would see one disappear. And where you see lots 1 through 7, essentially every 3 lots would become 2. So lots 1, 2, and 3 would become 2. Lots 4, 5, and 6 would become 2. And I don't think you'd have enough residual to create lot 7. So you'd lose 3 lots on the east side of the road and 1 lot on the west side of the road. So you'd have 4 lots deleted from this project. Again, the basis is to basically follow what has already been established in a similar existing recorded lot that we are adjacent to and that my client actually does own. That existing lot's the only one that's actually even less than the 50 feet that we're asking for because we don't intend to change that lot.
Okay. And just a question for the building official. Mike, in your experience in issuing permits over the last decades or so, It is a true statement that this larger development that this subdivision is part of, there are multiple lots in that area that are 50-foot of frontage,
Yeah,
correct?
yes.
Just a little bit of background. This 75-foot was changed probably 20 years ago.
Yes, before me.
And before that, it was 50 feet. So a large portion of this development conformed with the old subdivision. Some of the new
Yeah.
ones have subdivided 75 feet, but in your opinion, Mike, would approval of a subdivision with 50-foot frontage be out of the character for other lots in the neighborhood?
No.
Okay.
No,
Just
there's,
asking.
so there are several other lots up the street that are similarly sized, yes.
I don't know that I have any more questions.
And for Mr. Pritchett, I know you have been working on the storm drain approvals, some of the funding for the paving and those things. Have you got an idea of when you might want to start construction on any of the projects?
As soon as this engineer gets his job done.
Okay, so I didn't mean to bring up a sore subject, I apologize.
Yeah, I'm it's hold up right now. We're rather busy, so we haven't done a whole lot until we got this variance underway. I did have some preliminary meetings with the Conservation District about whether we could do a very simplified approach called a standard permit. I had an almost identical project in the city of Lewis where there was an existing street, we needed to add sidewalk. And the approach that the Conservation District approved there that I believe they'll approve here is the road, sidewalk, and curb addition would be considered one standard permit. It's less than an acre of disturbance. The overall stormwater impact is fairly nominal. And so there's not the need to dig a pond.
Okay.
And then each individual lot will be required to pull a standard permit for residential construction, which essentially is, put up silt fence, control your runoff. They do ask on the standard permit, I don't know how diligent most home builders are about it, that you not take your roof leaders and dump them into the driveway, but you let it get into the grass so that as much water can soak in. And that's about all they really ask for on a residential permit. That's the approach we intend to take with the stormwater regulations, and I believe that will be fairly simplistic, and that should work based on what they allowed us to do in Lewis.
Thank you.
Sure.
So Ken, this might be actually be for Mike. So the use is going to be consistent with the R1 designation?
Single-family residential.
This is just an area variance?
Oh, yeah, just homes.
Not a use variance, okay.
Yep, no interest in commercial, or if someone wants a home business, they're gonna have to talk to you after they move in.
Okay.
And again, no rezoning, so there's no
Correct.
duplexes proposed or anything of
Correct.
that nature?
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions from the Board of Adjustment?
I do
The
not-
only other thing I can say about that is Mr. Pritchett has found that there is actually a desire for that kind of housing in the city. There's a need and a desire, so there's a market for it.
And just a side note, I will say the property looks 1,000% better since you've taken possession of it and made the improvements that you have. Are there any questions or comments from the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
This is Dan Griffith. I have reviewed the standards for the issuance of an area variance, and I have been persuaded that the proposed area variance would be consistent with the nature of the surrounding property, that there's a need and a desire for this type of use of the property, consistent with that area. So for those reasons, I am going to be voting in favor of granting the variance.
I, Charles Anderson, would second that motion. Okay. Hearing no other comments, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion so passes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Just a quick question. We asked for two variances on minimum lot size and minimum lot width. Are those both addressed in what you just asked?
I think the application, it's one
Just
application.
spell it out in the application.
Yes, if it's one application, that's been granted. So if it sought both of those in the application,
Very
both
good.
of them have been granted.
Perfect, thank you.
And that is how we advertised it, so
Excellent.
thank you.
Nice meeting you, Ken.
Thanks very much.
I'd like to, I'll make a motion to adjourn.